You're not talking to the educated black man. You're talking to the thug. And you think for some strange reason you're going to be able to rehabilitate the black thug. The black thug gets all the pussy. The black thug gets a chance to reproduce with some of the most beautiful black females on earth. He turns these EBT, ghetto, Section 8 females into baby daddies, mama dramas. He sits back and introduces a new generation of delinquent little children. You're not talking to the educated black male. You're addressing the thug, and you think for some strange reason he cares what you're saying. You threw Tommy's name in it to get everyone's attention, so now we are here and we're listening. But you keep jumping back and forth in your whole conversation. It's so scattered. And what I mean is, if you're sitting back saying that you come across guys rapping and doing the 9 to 5, and real hustlers and gangsters are out there trying to produce, those are two different groups of guys. If you out there sitting there trying to get your music out there and you're using YouTube, Facebook, and all other kinds of social media, that's one way. But if you're talking about the guy, similar to how Eminem was in 8 Mile, he was doing his rap thing, and he also was working the 9 to 5, what's really wrong with that? If anything, that's being an artist, supporting yourself doing the 9 to 5, and also supporting your dream. And then you said you need to bow down to your dream. I mean, why would you ever want to bow down? If anything, you should want to stand tall for your dream. And why even dream? Make it reality. I wouldn't even use those words right there. And then you sit back and you say that you're trying to get rational thought. Well, who are the guys are you referring to? Because you wasn't talking to the educated black male. And you wasn't talking to the black male that had a goddess for a mother, not a queen, because a queen just rules. A goddess creates. A lot of the black females in this community of foolishness are queens. They just want to rule over someone. That's why they're belligerent. That's the reason why they're hard, they're difficult, they're loud. They're not goddesses, they're queens. And that's what they are. No one wants a queen. Why would I want a queen when I could have a goddess? But your mother was black. Yes. But my mother does not have children out of wedlock. And my mother did not go around sleeping with multiple men. My mother did not have multiple abortions. So if you're comparing yourself to my mother, as these queens love to, you can't even hold a torch to her. You couldn't even talk to her because it would just be inappropriate. So again, who are you talking to? Because you couldn't be talking to the educated black male. Now, if you want to be upset because the educated black male did not come back and try to help out the thug, okay, you can have a quarrel there. You can have an argument. You could have a beef. You could even be mad at me. But I do my best. I try to do every single thing to help out some of these guys who come out of jail. I help them with their resumes, help them clean themselves up. And I do what I can, but I do not have the economics, because we, the educated black male, just like the thug, we cannot get along. Thugs do not get along with other thugs because it's about territory. And educated black males can't get around more educated black males because it's about territory. Because that nigga might take what's mine. So, on both degrees, both men have a sense of pride in doing everything by themselves. It's like every single black man is like a Batman. You just won't join the motherfucking Justice League. United, we make a firm punch. But divided, we're just fingers pointing. And you know what they say, when you point one finger, 3 point back at you. And my other question is, you want to sit back and talk about kissing males on the forehead and tell them that they're not doing nothing that's wrong. Who do you think is kissing and promoting these males? It would have to be their single mothers, because the father's not in their life, and we already know this, because the thug sits back and reproduces with these women, and He's not there. So who would be telling these women that, hey, you're doing something that is right? You're doing something that will enable their children? Well, obviously, it would have to be the single mom, because the father's not there, and we know this. And if the educated black male comes from a single mom, guess what? I guarantee she doesn't call herself a queen. She's a goddess. So stop with the trickery and the illusion of saying that we're all one. And what I mean by saying all one, you keep saying black males. No. You need to break it down. We have black men and we have grown boys. And by you throwing Tommy's name into the bunch, of course, everyone's going to sit back and say a whole bunch of stuff. You're going against a general who has an army. You're going against a man who has the ability to shut other people down. I mean, foolishness. So I wonder, how much pussy did you get off this video? How much pussy did you get from all these females sitting there saying that you're right and you're a real man and you're telling all these guys? And I mean, what did you achieve by this? What did you honestly get from making a video? You want to talk about the simp aftermath. You want to talk about criticism. I mean, your video is all over the place. Who are you addressing? Who are you trying to get this message to? Because the whores will always sit back and agree with you. But the idea of these whores sitting back and thinking that you're going to be on their side, like, come on now. They're just going to go to the next person who's going to be a blowover, a pushover. If you want to say something that is going to make a difference, you have to sit back and look at this scenario from the top. And the top is this. If a boy comes into this world and he does not have a father, you have to sit back and say, what happened to the parents? That means that the parents are no longer together, or worst case scenario, one of them died. But let's just go in the scenario where they both are alive. That means that female sat back, and unless she was raped, she cannot say, oh, we made this child together. No, you picked the mate. Every single dude approaches a female and spits his A game, his B game, his C game, whatever game. And she decides, hey, I want this guy or not. So therefore, we have to look at the female for making bad decisions on her part. The male will sit back and impregnate anything he has the opportunity to. Now, the educated black man says, hey, I'm not going to do that. But the thug will. Because it's just an opportunity to meet and greet, to release his seed and another victim. So if that female is not raped, I don't want to hear, oh, well, the man's a deadbeat. No, I think the woman is a deadbeat too, because she chose that man. If there was no gun to that woman's head for 9 months, then what is the real excuse here? Men can't get pregnant. Men have no say in the option of that woman keeping the baby or getting rid of the baby or trying to put the baby up for adoption. Now, a lot of people are not going to agree with that right there, but this is the truth. This is the sad, pathetic truth of what goes on in the black community. If we want to sit back and say that it's the male's fault, well, if he gets his education, why does he have to sit back and go to a female that has children? Why can't he have options? Why must he sit back and carry the thug's child with his own child? Why must he be the bigger man? Why is it fair for that female to sit back, fuck, suck all her way up to her 30s and think that she can get herself an Obama? That is a foolish logic on every single level. And to sit back and to perpetuate that, oh, you can do whatever you want to do, you are a queen, that's foolishness. And this is the reason why a lot of educated black males are leaving. And our children, guess what? We don't bring them back to the ghetto. And we point out what a thug is. We show them where their lifespan goes. It goes to jail. They usually die. And that right there is it. So I wonder, when you made this video, how much pussy did you get? Was it worth it? Was you trying to destroy another black man? If you wanted to sit back and talk to Tommy Sotomayor about a situation, you should have said, which I'll say right now, brother, we all sitting here listening to you. You have our attention. What is the plan of action? How do we take back our community? That is the question you need to ask this man, since he has over 1 million views. That is the question you need to ask to any black man who has a fan base that big. We have tools that Martin Luther King does not have, Malcolm X did not have, Marcus Garvey did not have. Adolf Hitler didn't even have these tools. Mussolini didn't have these tools. So we could start something, but we need to get organized. But the reason why we can't get organized is because every single black man is God, and gods don't like to submit to other gods, and every single black man is on that Batman complex.